Now I know Liam Neeson is tired of having to save all these people's kids. Hey everyone, it's Sharana from Pay or Wait, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Marksman, which is now playing in theaters. This film stars Liam Neeson, directed by Robert Lorenz, as it centers around Liam Neeson's character, who is a rancher on the Arizona border, who becomes the unlikely defender of a young Mexican boy who is desperately fleeing their cartel assassins who have pursued him into the U.S. So for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello, so glad you came, I hope you stay. I'll tell you what I liked about the film, what I didn't like about the film, and should you pay your way to see this film in theaters. Now, going into what I enjoyed about the film, I think that Liam Neeson, he has his roles down pat when he is this man with a specific set of skills. No, I'm not talking about Taken, I'm still talking about The Marksman, but he knows how to play these roles of this guy who is trying to help protect a kid, save his own kid, someone else's kid, and get them back into lead them into safety, okay? He has his down pat. We've seen him do films like this time and time over again. And I think that this is just a role that Liam Neeson feels more comfortable in. I think that he's mastered how to, I think he could play any of these roles in his sleep at this point. And so I did enjoy his character in the movie. I liked the interactions, even though I have issues with the white savior trope that this falls into. But I did like the interaction and the story really surrounding about this man who was really at the end of the road, who really has nothing else to lose at this point, who has found himself in a sticky situation because you know what happens when you don't mind your business. He then found himself involved with the cartels, trying to help this young boy make it into safety after something, after a very unlikely incident. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. I really want to keep this as spoiler free as possible. So I think for the most part, watching this journey of him, you know, taking this young boy, he's trying to deliver him into safety as he's trying to right some of the wrongs or some of the role that he might have played into the boy's predicament. I think that for the most part, that is enjoyable as we're watching them kind of fall into danger as this group of cartel assassins are following them across the U.S. as he's trying to make this journey. I do think that it does deliver some moments that makes me very interested to keep watching. Now, that is pretty much all that I necessarily enjoyed about this film, and it's really not that I think that The Marksman is a bad film. It's just a film that I've seen time and time again, and it really goes on to really perpetuate these stereotypes that we see in film and continue to rely on these tropes that at this point I find it a little bit lazy in The Marksman. It really plays into the white savior trope of him helping save this young boy, trying to deliver him into safety. I've seen it so many times, and there's nothing new that they really add to the story in The Marksman. It's literally man meets boy. He's trying to figure out, he gets into a crazy sticky situation concerning the boy and his family, which involves the cartels, and now he must deliver him into freedom. It's like the typical white savior trope. But also, too, I really don't like the stereotypes. The whole thing with the cartel, these assassins coming trying to kill them. They're doing all these crazy, horrible things to random strangers that they meet as they're trying to track down our main characters. It just feels like it's just really extra. It really didn't, even though I understand that they are assassins in the cartel, some of the choices that they decide to make, some of the victims that they do have throughout the course of the film, it just doesn't really make sense. It's just like, oh, look at these bad guys. Look at them, watch them do bad guy stuff that really makes no sense as to how they operate or how they would try to move a little bit more quietly while they're across the border in the U.S. It just didn't make sense to me. And I just think that the film felt very predictable. You knew exactly what was going to happen. There are some fun moments that do happen because he is a marksman. He's very good at his job on shooting targets. So there are some fun scenes that happen in the movie, but I just think overall for me, there wasn't a lot happening from a plot point. There is a lot of different ways where they could really tap into the story of what is happening with Liam Neeson's character. Also, too, what is happening with this young boy who is all of a sudden he's found himself in this very crazy predicament given the choices that his family members have made. And I really wanted to see the emotional impact that it would have on a young boy at that time. And he really didn't have anything to do but to serve the purpose of this is this young boy who Liam Neeson must save and deliver him into safety. That's it. And I feel like they really introduced some nice story points, some nice plot points, background stories as to what is happening with Jim, Liam Neeson's character, how he's found himself down on his luck. He's having money issues, family issues. We get this relationship between him and his daughter, played by Catherine Winnick, Sarah, but we don't really get to explore that relationship. And for me, while I was like, okay, this movie was decent, I just didn't feel like it's anything that I will remember after watching. So what I would tell you guys to do with you and your coins for The Marksman is to wait for me. I think that if you love Liam Neeson movies and you're totally okay, like, hey, I know exactly what I'm going to get out of a Liam Neeson movie, then hey, this movie might be for you. But for me, making the decision to spend my money and to go into theaters, it's just not the film for me. I've seen it time and time again, and I've actually seen movies who have done it a lot better. So those are my thoughts on The Marksman. As always, my name is Sharana from Pay or Wait, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again,